Good morning. As you can see, I have my weekly duties. I refill Polly's scripts and his little AM PM, call in whatever needs to be called in. I had to call in a few scripts this morning. I keep an updated little sheet of what he's on currently because they're adjusting his medication. Fingers crossed he might be off of 3 of the medications within the next week or so. Depending on how quickly his leg heals up, it's doing much, much better. I don't know if anybody wants to see it or not, but I could, I dress it every day. After he bathes, I, put the medicated strips over it and then dress it. We found these fabulous bandages that stay on really well all through work for him, which is great. So, and then I have to start off my week. I have my to-do list already started. I've done several things on it already, but now I'm debating what to have for breakfast. It is, chilly 50 degrees, although it's beautiful, it's sunny, and it will be in the 60s later on, but I'm just having a really hard time making a frozen drink for myself for breakfast, although I know it's full of the nutrients that I need and want and my body craves. But I'm having a hard time making something cold. It's like I want oatmeal with fruit in it, but I'm torn. I might make a juice, not as big a juice, and then have a tea afterwards. So I'm not in the mood for coffee this morning. I had tea last night. As a matter of fact, I was going to go make my tea, and excuse me. I love having tea after dinner. One of those, we had, the soup was heartwarming. It was very satisfying. As a matter of fact, I think I might have it for lunch today. Even though it's Meatless Monday, I'm going to give all the meat to Mushka, which is so easy because I left it in big chunks. I just thought I heard sirens. But I make unsweetened tea, and I have an array of teas. I think I've shown I stash my tea selection in one of those IKEA inserts that I got that are $3. I think I've shown it. If not, I'll insert a picture after this clip. And Polly said, "Oh, I could use some tea," which I always offer, but for some reason I just didn't. So he goes, "No, I think I'd like some tea." So he had sweet peppermint without sugar, and it does have a little bit of a sweetness to it. And I had peach. So I would love some Darjeeling this morning, and maybe drop a couple of mint leaves in there. So I have to go open up the girls. Not sure if I'm going to keep them. Yeah, I guess I can keep them open because it's going to be warm enough later on in the day. Rather than, I don't think they quite need their heat lamp on, but I could certainly clean up the fan and put that away. It's been unplugged, but I can at least put that away. So I have a couple of things to do today. I need to wash all the blankets in the living room. That's kind of a task. You saw how many blankets we have. I think it was like 8 of them. It's kind of ridiculous. I'm going to wash them all. I'm going to stash some away in the drawers we have in the living room so they're not in constant rotation. And I have to bring the fans down from the living room to the basement and then bring the little space heater up because I know the dog's already looking for it. The cat even looked at me this morning going, "It's a little nippy. Do you think maybe you could do something about that?" We don't have the heat on yet because it's still nice and warm during the day. Anyway, so those are the things that I need to do this morning, or, as soon as possible. So I'm going to go make myself a juice. Actually, I'm going to go do all the things I have to do. My juice is going to be my reward, and once I finish my juice, I'll have some tea. And I think during lunchtime, I'm going to run out and pick up the refills, and then I need to plan out my week. Because I have a couple of things I need to do this week, so I want to put them on my calendar. And I want to check where my package is from Filofax, because I was under the impression it was coming from Wilton, Connecticut, which is where my previous package came from, but apparently it's coming all the way from Texas, so I'm going to go track that this morning, and I'll catch up with you guys throughout the day. This was not easy. I mean, it's delicious. It was easy to make, but to drink, not so much. So I'm definitely going to have a hot tea chaser, and for some reason I can't post my picture to Instagram. I don't know what's going on. It says failed. Anyone ever see this? And I get this occasionally when I'm not on 4G, but Maybe it's about weak signal. I'll try again later. So yeah, this is banana, peach, carrot, orange. Really tasty. Looks like a creamsicle. I mean, it is delicious, but I have to tell you, my fingertips are quite chilly. I was debating about turning on my heat gun to warm them up. Not a good idea. Never do that, especially since you have I have flammable nail stuff on. So I'm going to finish up my juice, make my tea that will warm me up, and then swap out the fans for heaters, although it's supposed to be warmer later this week. I better check. Yeah, I could probably bring the little space heater up for the living room, because the dogs are just, well, everyone's under the blanket at the moment, so it's not like there's a problem, but it's already 57, so it's warming up nicely. So it's going to be a high of 66 today. Not too shabby. So windows have been closed, except in one place, so there's still some fresh air, and I found some basil in my seedling tray that I think I'm going to transplant into a little pot to maybe try to bring indoors. Samantha devours every green thing I bring in, so I'm going to have to figure out a way to place it somewhere where she can't get access to it, or at least not easy access, because she will eat it and then she will vomit it all up. It's like recycling. I'd really rather she didn't. So I'm going to finish off my juice, make my tea, get the laundry started, because I have to go down to the basement anyway. I always think this way, what do I have to do when I go to a certain part of the house? Not like our house is huge, but, you know, it's no wasted trip. Plus my right foot has been kind of achy, so, before I forget, better take my cherry stuff. Oh, I forgot to take my cherry pills yesterday, look at that. So I think I'll take some more tonight, so I'll take 2 this morning. And they're an anti-inflammatory. It's the tart cherry concentrate. So since I have juice, I'm going to take them now, and I'm pretty sure we're going to have leftovers for dinner, so I'm not, I don't have to worry about dinner tonight. And I think during lunch I'm going to run out and pick up Polly's scripts, which I called in this morning, so that's all set. That's one less thing on my mind, or on my to-do list. So I like getting through stuff early in the morning, because then I have time to relax. So I'm already planning on a nice bubble bath tonight and some reading, because I started a new book. Oh, I have to check my package, my Filofax package before I forget, so I'm going to go do that now. There's my hot tea chaser. The juice was good, but I definitely need something to warm up, so I grabbed a sprig of mint from the garden, and I have my favorite Darjeeling tea right there. See? And it's from... Oh, hold on. Ridgeway of London. And while I drink my tea, I'm going to add another layer of this 10-day nail strengthener, which I've been test driving on my fingers to compare it to the Sally Hansen. This is from Dollar Tree. It's the GNP brand. Avoid heat and flames. So there it is. Diamonds Cosmetics. Or Diamond Cosmetics. And I thought I would compare it, see how it is. Hasn't flaked so far. Hasn't peeled. I've washed dishes. As you could see, I have stuff, tomato discoloring on my nail. So I just add a layer of it every day, every couple of days. Just to make sure that, so for 10 days, and then I'll do a proper review of this as well as the Sally Hansen one. But in the meantime, I'm gonna enjoy my tea. I have warmed up my fingers. They're no longer frigid. If you hear snoring, that would be Moses behind my chair in my office. Yep. And I need to research a couple of things today. Polly came home with a couple of bags of produce from some our local farm stands. It's really just people's houses that have big, property, and they have big gardens. And they're finishing up for the season. One is a bag of baby beets, and the other one is a bag of jalapenos. And we love jalapenos, but I need to figure out a way to not have them be quite as spicy. So that's a couple of things that I need to research. I thought I could do a quick pickle on the jalapenos. because we've been devouring jars and jars of jalapeno pickles, but it would be nicer if I could just do them myself. The ones we tried to just add to the existing mix, they were way too spicy, like shockingly spicy. I love spice, but it was just a surprise. So that's a couple of the things I need to do. And I think I also need to make an appointment with my optometrist, because I think it's that time of year. Or actually, I think I did reply to them, so they're supposed to call me back and let me know when they have a date available. So I'm going to enjoy the rest of my tea while it's nice and warm. And this is my Jedi reproduction mug. It's not actually reproduction. It's a refiring. It's made by Fire King, so it's the original, the ones that originally did the Jedi. But I got these. I have 4 of these mugs, and I think I got them at not TJ Maxx, Home Goods. Probably like, I'm gonna say close to 15 years ago. But I occasionally see these pieces reappear. When Polly and I got married in the 90s, holy moly, yeah, we had registered for dishes because we didn't actually have a wedding because we eloped. But so many people were contacting us asking if they can give us anything. So we did register with a like a kitchen store, which has since closed. I believe they might be available online. But at the time, Fire King re-released the dishes. So you've seen the soup bowls and the cereal bowls that I use. We have plates and we have salad plates. I also have a couple of cooking cooking dishes, like the 13x9 pan that I made the kugel in. They're all the green jadeite, and I love it. I know it's not the original. I know it's not the vintage pieces, but I love them, and we use them all the time. As a matter of fact, I should really just use all the dishes, and the dishes were given to us by our since passed friend Tony. So I don't know. I kind of relish them. I don't want to lose any of them. So that's what I'm going to do. Oh my gosh, I just keep rambling. I think I'm getting a little bit of a headache. So yeah, it's getting very, very sunny and hopefully much warmer. And yeah, I think I might need to go and sit outside for a little bit. Maybe do my Filofax organization stuff outside during lunchtime, because it's really, really nice. It's like the perfect breeze out there. Maybe grab my Nikon, take some pictures. The trees are changing colors really, really quickly, and I don't want to miss that. We're on vacation next week, so we'll probably do a little bit of a road trip, kind of like we did on our health day, our mental health day recently. So I'll definitely bring my camera along then, because before you know it, the trees will be naked and I will have missed the beautiful foliage color. So I'll check in with you guys later. Let me tell you, it required self-control to leave those crumbles for the dogs, because I felt like I cheated. I didn't want the soup to go to waste, and obviously it would have waited quite nicely till tomorrow, but I was so looking forward to having some of that for lunch, so I did. And it's this lovely mug that I use for everything. Oatmeal, soups, like giant vats of tea. It's from Cynthia Soto. She sent this to me, and I love it, and I use it all the time. So thank you again, Cynthia. It's fabulous. I love it. So yeah, I'm going to save those for Mushka, because she doesn't have to follow Meatless Monday. And it's not that I have to follow it either, but we've been doing it for a few years, and I really enjoy it. So tonight we have a beautiful, full, crisp head of cauliflower that I'm going to roast in its entirety, covered in yogurt and Indian spices. But I need to get yogurt because we only have flavored yogurts in the house, so I'm going to run over to Veggie World, and first I'm going to check the recipe to make sure I have all the spices I need. I know I have turmeric and cumin, so I just want to make sure that I have everything on hand, because they would have it if I don't, and I can pick that up. And oh, this was just so satisfying. I'm sorry I'm showing you all my food. Well, no, I'm not sorry. I'm showing you what my day is like, so there you go. I warmed myself up from the inside with the soup, and it was really good. And Polly officially told me today that that was the best soup I've ever made. And I make a lot of soups, and he ordinarily likes most everything I make. There were a couple of times where I made stuff that I liked and he wasn't so fond of, which is fine. You know, we are two different individuals. We don't have to love the same things. So I know that the leftovers from, that particular batch of soup ends up being for me only, or I share it with my parents, whatever. It never goes to waste, or we try not to let it go to waste. I still have a very hard time throwing out food from the refrigerator because I remember how little my family had when I was a child. So it's not that I have to eat it all, it's just I want to make sure that it doesn't go to waste. So either I freeze it, or I share it, or I end up eating it as leftovers over a course of many days. So yeah, yummy. It was so good. So good. And the corn edition was brilliant because it gave you a textural difference between all the yummy veggies. The yellow squash didn't go to waste. That got used up, so fabulous. I did walk through the garden earlier, well, around the garden, because we have raised beds. And I noticed the cucumbers are pretty much done, so I think before garbage goes out this week, I'll just, pull those out and throw them directly in the garbage. I could put them in the compost, but I don't remember when it was turned last. Polly's responsible for the compost, so I kind of keep my hands out of it. I can remind him and ask him, but it might be a good idea to kind of check where it stands. Because leaves are starting to, come to pile up. Well, it's not too bad on the lawn yet, but yeah. So I played with Chester for a little bit. I always have to call it quits after 2 or 3 throws because now he gets very, very sore. And poor thing, I mean, he's a senior dog. It's just he will play until he passes out. I'm the one who has to kind of rein things in and say, hey, no, we're going to play for a little while. You can enjoy it, and then we'll go inside so you can rest up. So, yeah, I think I'm going to go run out. I don't know if I need no, it's probably in the 60s now. I probably don't need a sweatshirt to go out. So I'm going to run out and pick up Polly's scripts. First, I'm going to call the pharmacy to make sure they're all ready. There's nothing worse for me than having to wait, so I might as well do that, check that first. Now I'll run over to Veggie World to, first I'm going to check the recipe, because I know it was a Meatless Monday one, but I can't remember which week it's from. And for those of you who don't already follow Meatless Mondays, I'll provide a link to the, fingerprints everywhere. I'll provide a link to their site if you want to check it out. There you saw a glimpse of me. There's, a lot of recipes, and they have a newsletter that goes out every week, and I think it was in the newsletter from last week. I'll have to look. So I'm gonna search that out, make sure I have all the spices, and then because I don't want to have to run out twice. And then since I'm gonna have the oven on already, I will prep the beets, the baby beets that I have, so they can roast alongside. I first have to wash them, but I'm gonna leave the skins on. And I'm definitely going to wear gloves because otherwise I will be completely discolored. Because beet is, very rich in color. So it means it's lots of good vitamins in it as well. So I have a couple of good things to do this afternoon. First I have to check my schedule to make sure I have a meeting in 20 minutes. So probably after my meeting I will run out and do that. And I'll bring you guys along. This is the equivalent of truce between Mushka and Samantha. And I bet you can't even see Samantha. She blends in with the blanket, with the cushion. Oh, there, her head moved. She's right there. So they'll be inches apart because they're trying to get the heat. And Moses could care less because he's over on blankies. Yep. Life of a dog. Spoiled. But very happy. Well, that didn't last long. She took off because the cat looked at her wrong. I don't get it. Well, then you'll be on pile of blankies. Moses is like, yeah, whatever, I don't care. She can be near me. Moses and Samantha don't mind each other, but Mushka and Samantha absolutely cannot stand each other. Yeah, she would rather be cold than next to the cat. That's one spoiled dog. Alright, but look, she's got 4 blankets over there. Mushka, why don't you go under the blankie? Go under the blankie, Mush. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 blankets, 2 feather pillows, and her brother. And she's just sitting on top. Okay. Can't convince you otherwise. At some point she will go under the blanket because she'll bury her way in there. It's 66 degrees outside, but I thought I'd turn on the little heater for them anyway. See what happens if I say R-I-D. Who wants to go for a ride? Ride? No? No ride? Okay. I'll go by myself. There's my replanted aloe. Need some water. And a place for me to find, a spot for me to find for it inside the house. So I'm in my car, I'm not moving, not to worry. Oh, it's so nice and toasty in here. Although it's warm outside, it's 66 degrees. I did take my goofy socks off because I have my Birkenstocks on and capri pants. I look ridiculous with sockies on, so let's go to the pharmacy. Well, I'm at the pharmacy. Time to go get his scripts. Hopefully there's no issues this time, but one never knows. I just had to share what a beautiful day it is outside. Look at the sky. And there's one of the local Main Street churches. So I'm going to run over and get some yogurt. So this is what I picked up at Veggie World. Oh my gosh, so funny. So here's the story. I'm going to show you what I got. I picked up more of my favorite low sodium, low salt roasted seaweed strips. Love them. Bananas to eat right now because I have plenty of them in the freezer for my drinks. 2 bags of grapes. The kefir cheese, which is what I'm going to use instead of Greek yogurt for the sauce for the cauliflower. I also picked up some tamarind paste, which is seedless. I only need a little bit, but the rest will go in a container in the refrigerator, probably downstairs, so my husband doesn't keep asking me, what is this? He keeps doing that with a couple of things that I have. I have orange zest, orange and lemon zest candied in the refrigerators because I don't want them to go get moldy, and a open container of sun-dried tomatoes. So he keeps asking me, is this garbage on Thursdays? I'm like, no, it's not garbage. Just don't throw it away. I even labeled it. So I'm going to put that in a container and label it and put it in the downstairs fridge. Fresh lemons. So surprised to see nice fresh lemons. So I got $2 worth of lemons and $1 of limes, some yellow potatoes, and I don't know what kind they are, but I have a beautiful piece of salmon, which I'm going to make for dinner tomorrow, because today's Meatless Monday, but I thought I would make a potato crust. So it's like the fish and the side dish all together, and then a nice green salad. So the funny thing about the grapes. So we've been buying them for 99 cents a pound for the last couple of weeks, I think. Last 2 weeks. Moses is trying to get low for me. And we've been loving them. We've been devouring them. Like, I come home, I prep them, I wash them, and then put them in a container right off, pull them off the stem, so it's easy. Just grab a handful, snack, after dinner, dessert, wonderful. Breakfast, I put them in my juice. Today they were $1.49. So I went up to the register and I said, are these $1.49 or are they still 99 cents? Because it's exactly the same brand that we've been buying, the same everything. Table grapes, made in the, product of the U.S., all of that. Seedless. And she said, let me go check. So she went to check with the owner who was in the back. Mosey, please don't throw up in mommy's shoe, please. I don't want that because that would be gross. Thank you. So she comes back and she goes, no, they're $1.49 now. I said, what are you guys, a gas station? Prices change. I was there 2 days ago and got grapes for 99 cents a pound. Today they're $1.49. I said, okay, well then I'm not going to take them because they're 99 cents a Stop and Shop 2 blocks away. She said, oh, okay. And I'm checking out, and then she goes, you know what, I'm just going to give them to you for 99 cents. I said, oh, thank you, that saves me, that's very nice. That saves me a trip to Stop and Shop. But really, do grocers change prices that quickly? See, most of their signs are not pre-made signs, they're handwritten. Which kind of is a pet peeve of mine, because that means they can change the price at any time, like they did on this. 2 days apart, and exact same grapes, different price. So, okay, so maybe they had to pay more for them this time. I don't know, it's a little bit of an irritant on mine. It's not like it's a huge pet peeve, but I still got them for 99 cents a pound, so I got probably like 4 pounds, 4.5 pounds, something like that. Plenty for us to last for hopefully the rest of this week, because we've been devouring them. And while I was pulling out of my driveway to go to pick up Polly's script and to Veggie World, I saw our mail carrier and she gave me our stuff, and I have a package, actually 2 packages, and then I'm expecting 2 packages from UPS, so I'm going to share with you my Happy Mail later, because 2 of them are craft related, and 2 or 3. One is kitchen. Well, I'll show you one's there. One is a Filofax order, which is out on the truck for delivery. I saw this morning. One is my coconut oil from Amazon, because we're down to like a couple of tablespoons, and I always kind of reorder at that point, and so I don't have to hoard it. And today I got my Stamps of Life order, as well as my order from Silhouette. And thank you to Felicia. She showed that she bought this when they had the 40% off on the site for their birthday for Silhouette, and I picked one up. I initially had a bunch of stuff in my shopping cart, then I'm like, no, I'm only going to order what I need, not what I'm, on the whim. Oh, but it's 40% off. No. If I'm not going to use it, I'm not going to buy it. So I only bought the one thing that I needed to get or wanted to get, so that was it. So I'll share that with you guys sometime this afternoon. But first I'm going to prep my yogurt mixture, or kefir cheese mixture, but I'm gonna do that in a separate video because it's cooking, and I've gotten feedback that people appreciate my cooking segments outside of the vlog, so I'll try and keep that in mind, especially if I'm doing a step-by-step. So I'll obviously include a link if there is a separate video in the description below. Right there. So I come back from running errands to find this. Mushka obviously kicked the cat out and totally appropriated the spot directly in front of the heater for herself. I hear the cat in the kitchen getting water. Mosey's outside, and I think Chester went to bed. He's like, I left the bedroom door open this morning. So he's like, Mommy, I'm just gonna go back to bed. Mush, are you enjoying that? Mushki? Mushy? Mushy? Samantha? Oh, she does not like that. Alright, enjoy your heater, silly girl. It's like 66 degrees outside right now, but she loves the heat. So this is one of my Happy Meals so far, and this came via regular post. It's my monthly Stephanie Bernard Stamps of Life. I'm the member of the Stamps and the Die Club, and the package was particularly thick today, so kind of made me think. I think Stephanie had dropped a few hints that there's something special in this month's kit for those of you who are members. So there's always a sample card. So this is Snowman to Build. That's the stamp set. So those are the images in the stamp set. Sending you warm wishes. It's nice to snow you. You are snow much fun. That's so funny. Dreaming of a White Christmas. Frosty friends make winter warmer. Sorry about this. I should probably put it down. That's the stamp set, along with the snowman and all of its parts to build. And then the die cuts are the snowman outline, hat, scarf, 2 different kinds of hats, mittens, and his sticks. So cute. So there's examples right there. A pop-up card. Really cute. Joy. So that's the stamp set. That's the dies. Those are the dies. Love the little hands. Totally make them into tree branches too. And oh, it's little hearts. I thought they were mittens, but they're hearts. So it's like kind of a floppy hat, stand-up hat, scarves, and there was a bonus. So this is a no name. So this must be like an anniversary card. So thanks for being my friend. Happy anniversary. We've been through a lot together. A garden full of flowers just like you. There's all these cute flower stamps. Hello, my friend. Flowers make everything better. And there was also a storage sheet. So not one, but 2 bonuses in this month's Stephanie Bernard Stamps of Life. So for those of you who are already members, if you don't already have it, it's on its way. If you already have it, I'd love to see if you've already made projects with it. I obviously just opened mine today. If you're not already members but want to check it out, I'll include a link in the description to the website where you can sign up for either being a stamp member, stamp club, or stamp and die club. And now there's also a card making club. I've opted not to do the card making club because I have so much paper. I don't know what to do with it already, so it didn't make sense for me to join that one. But I think I've been a member since the beginning, since the club began, the stamp club began. So stay tuned for hopefully the next Happy Mail. I'm just waiting for the delivery now. Alright, more Happy Mail. I got all the packages now, and there was another one that I wasn't anticipating, but it arrived today anyway. So this is for my kitchen. Actually, you can use coconut oil in a lot of places. Some people use it in their hair, to rinse their mouth, there's just ridiculous amount of things that you could do. So coconut oil is solid above 77 degrees, I think, and then becomes liquid 77 degrees and higher Fahrenheit. You can use both states. There's no difference. This one is an organic extra virgin, which means essentially the first pressing, and it's unrefined. And I prefer that, and this is what we use to do any searing. I made steak the other day, and I use like a teaspoon, maybe teaspoon and a half of coconut oil instead of olive oil. It has a higher burning temperature, so you can heat it to higher degrees. This one is a 32 ounce. They also have a 54, 16, and an 8. 8's just, we'd have to purchase them more and more often, so I get this 32 ounce, and you should keep this refrigerator, I think. I don't remember. To be honest, I've been keeping it on my counter because I just keep it lidded and just scoop out what I need. So that was one that I got from Amazon, and I'll include a link if you want to check that out. Then I got 2 more packages. One is my auto ship We Are Memory Keepers, which are now have now been purchased by American Crafts, and I'll show that in a separate video because there's a lot of pieces, but I just wanted to give you a sneak peek. And then last, or not last, this is another, it's my Filofax stuff, my inserts. I'll show that separately because I know there are people who follow me because of Filofax stuff, and they don't particularly interested in anything else, let alone my vlog. And then the last order is from Silhouette, and that's the one that I picked up from my mail carrier earlier today, and that I could show you right now. And that's a Picscan cutting mat. So how Picscan works is you can take any image, take a photograph with your smartphone, and then pop it on this mat, and because of the markers on the mat, it will find the image you want to cut and cut it for you. So I will play around with this, and until then I can't tell you whether I'm thrilled with it or not, but I did buy it when it was on 40% off sale for their, I think, their birthday celebration. Everything in the shop, pretty much everything with the exception of the machines, were 40% off. And again, thank you to Felicia. She posted this, that she received it. She also, I think, bought some marker holders. I was tempted to get it, but I literally just got this. That was it. And the shipping was really, really affordable. I think it was like $4.95, a lot less than I thought it would be. So I'm going to be back with these as separate videos. So the We Are Memory Keepers, and this was an HSN auto ship, and my Filofax stuff separately because not everyone wants to see it. And again, anytime I have any additional videos throughout the day, I will include links in the vlog, in the description for the vlog.